But moving on May the 2nd, the good people of Greater Manchester will vote for their mayor. Labour's Andy Burnham is trying to be re-elected, but now I'm joined by a man who wants to replace him, and that is Nick Buckley, who will stand as an independent candidate. Nick, welcome to the studio. We did a piece on mayoralties yesterday on GB News, and what astonished me, this is for the East Midlands where I'm from, 26% of people don't even know there's a mayor in their region. A lot of people think it's a power grab, it's unnecessarily expensive, and their council bills don't get cheaper anyway. So my simple question to you, Nick, is what's the point of mayors?
If you can find someone who's got the answer to that, I'd be interested to finding out the answer to that question, because I don't know what the point of a mayor is.
But you're standing as a mayor.
I am, but not for the reason you probably think I am. I'm standing to be mayor to give the people of Greater Manchester an opportunity to get rid of the mayor. And if we get rid of the mayor, your council tax bill will come down, because he adds money onto your council tax bill. Now, in Greater Manchester, a mayor was forced upon us a decade ago by, again, why is it always the Tories? Just don't understand democracy. Forced upon us. The councils agreed to it because the councils were greedy and were promised more money. The people I'm speaking to for the last 3-4 years now are saying to me, Nick, don't want a mayor. I was never asked, did I want a mayor? It was imposed upon us. So am I voting for something I don't want? We've got a democracy hole now in Greater Manchester. I want to fill it by holding a referendum in Greater Manchester, going back to the people who should have been spoken to at the beginning and saying, do you want this position? If they vote no, I'll go to Westminster and we'll get that position removed.
So you're a turkey voting for Christmas. You're a mayor who wants to get rid of being a mayor.
I'm a mayor who just wants to improve my region and my country. And if that means the job I get voted into has to go to improve the country and improve my region, then so be it.
And how much do mayors cost? And all? I mean, we see in London all the time a huge amount of staff that Sadiq Khan has got, and every time crime goes up or bills goes up, he blames Westminster anyway.
And that is why we have mayors. The Tory government decided that they wanted to bat away problems from the big cities, which are normally run by Labour. So if we give them a mayor, every time they complain about something, we can say to those people, you voted in your mayor, you need to go back to your mayor. I think it was a way to confuse the public, add an extra layer of bureaucracy and cost, so the Tories could say, not our problem in the big cities.
But it was meant to be about devolution. It was meant to be about local powers for local people, cutting Westminster out of the decision-making. You're saying that was a false dawn?
That was how it was sold to us. Now, if we had decent mayors, that might be the case. But what the mayor position attracts is failed politicians and people who want to climb the greasy pole of politics. So we've always got somebody like the mayor at the moment in Greater Manchester, Andy Burnham. Andy Burnham wants to be Prime Minister. He's using Greater Manchester as a stepping stone to get into number 10, to fulfil his dream. It's a wonderful dream, by the way. Aspiration's wonderful. I don't blame him for that. But your aspiration should be built on the backs of the people of Greater Manchester.
But he most likely will win the mayoralty in Manchester. Sadiq Khan will most likely win in London. So people are voting, but the turnout's pretty low at mayoral elections, is it, compared to generals?
Absolutely. 1 in 3 people in Greater Manchester vote for the mayor. And that is the problem. So years ago, people would, if they didn't like a particular politician, would vote against them. What's happened the last couple of decades is people now go, I'm not voting at all.
Now, Nick, I want to talk to you about police and crime, because police and crime commissioner is one of the mayoralty's de facto jobs. We're seeing an awful lot of aggro on British streets at the moment. You're from Manchester, you're in London. What would you do if you were in charge? Because it feels to me like we're losing the streets.
We are losing the streets. I mean, we lost the streets to serious crime, a decade ago. Greater Manchester, there's deaths in Greater Manchester now on the streets almost daily. It's not as bad as London yet, but we're catching up. We're really catching up. The Free Palestine marches are horrendous. We have smaller ones in Greater Manchester. If I'm the Police Crime Commissioner, all that stops overnight. And the reason why I know it stops overnight is because I've trained police officers. I used to be based in police stations as a council manager. I know how to fix the police. I don't want a police service anymore. I want a police force. I want police to hammer criminals. I want the police not to decide community relations, should I do this, shouldn't I do that. I want the police going, it's black and white. It's either against the law or it's not. If it's not, it's none of my concern. If it's against the law, I'm stopping it now. And cowardice is running through all our institutions, the police, our politics, Westminster around the corner, all that trouble we had yesterday in Parliament. It's all cowardice. all cowardice. If we can't elect people who will put the country ahead of them, ahead of their safety, ahead of their career, ahead of their personal convenience, that's why we're in this mess. Cowardice everywhere.
Well, there's no cowardice from you. Nick Buckley, independent candidate for mayoralty in Greater Manchester. Superb stuff, and thanks for joining us in the studio in Westminster.
If you like that video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell and comment. And if you like what I'm saying about running for Mayor of Greater Manchester, then stick around. Tell your family, tell your friends. The only way I'm going to have a chance of winning is a grassroots movement. So be part of that movement and hit that bell. Thanks.